John. So my name is Godwin Otachi. You're welcome to Adara Foundation Digital Skills Training. For those of you that this is your first time, so Adara Foundation is a non-profit organization that is primarily focused on empowering young people, youths, women, through education, arts, and training. And we understand that a lot of young entrepreneurs face a lot of challenges these days in terms of digitizing their businesses and having an online presence. And we came up with this courses. Hi, Fonso, good to have you here. So, in order to resolve those challenges that young entrepreneurs face, we came up with some perfectly curated courses: graphic designs, digital marketing, social media marketing, mobile photography, and entrepreneurship, to build your capacity on the digital space and help you put your business out there, to improve your business revenue. And, if I venture your business has some potential to create some form of employment, we believe that we're in a digital age and, having the right skills to put your business out there, would make you do well in your businesses. And we for those of us that are new here as well, we already concluded the mobile photography course and the graphic designs, but not to worry, you can always check our YouTube page, we have recap session of all the courses from inception. But if you are here today for the first time, you are very lucky because we're about to start a social media marketing class. So just before we start that, I'm going to do a brief introduction of our facilitator. I believe you guys can see the slide. If you can see the slides, please just indicate in the chat box that you can see the slide of our facilitator is displayed. Okay, so our facilitator is Mufi Foluwafani. She's a business development and marketing professional with over 6 years of experience helping businesses grow through data-driven strategies. She holds a BSc in economics and an MSc in international business management from the University of Surrey in England. She has worked with both startups and established brands using market research, strategic planning, and digital marketing execution to drive real results with a deep understanding of consumer behavior and the ever-evolving digital landscape. Finn specializes in helping businesses connect with their audiences, increase revenue, and achieve their goals faster. We're all excited to, have our new facilitators, Finn. So I'm gonna give her the mic very soon, so she can start the training session while other people join us. So let me stop sharing my screen. Why Finn can, okay, I'll stop sharing. Okay, I'm seeing feedback in the chat box. Good to have you here, Clemens. You're welcome. Emily, you're welcome. Emmanuel, you're welcome once again. So yes, I just did a brief introduction for those of us that just joined of our facilitator. She'll be starting very soon so that as people join, they wouldn't miss so much, hopefully. All right, Fee, I'm yielding the mic over to you now.
Thank you, Godwin. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, I can.
Okay, great. Just trying to. Please let me know if you can see the slide.
Yes, we can see the slide.
Okay, thank you everyone for joining. Thank you. Hopefully more people will start coming in soon so they don't miss a lot of the training. So welcome to the social media management training. My name is Fini, moving follow-up, as Godwin has kindly done the introduction. And today, well, for 6 weeks, I'll be with you and we'll go through a few aspects, and at the end of the training, you should be able to, develop your own social media strategy, run ads and everything. So this is basically what we'll be covering for the 6 weeks. We'll run through brand building and content writing because that's very important for you to know how to run, your social media pages. We'll go through the social media platforms, the tools that you can use, and search engine optimization for your social media. We'll go through Facebook and Instagram ads, LinkedIn ads, as well as Google ads, and I will show you how to track your metrics and analytics on social media. But before we start, I just want to remind you that you have to get like the holistic view of, um, a lot of different aspects to be able to handle your social media. So you have to go back and watch the mobile photography and graphic design courses that are already on the Adara YouTube channel. If you missed it, you have to go and watch it. And if you were available at the sessions, you might have to rewatch it so that you can understand especially the first aspect of this training. I also want to quickly mention that I will be giving the first five, well, the most engaged five people in this training airtime at the end of every session. So if you can comment, when you need to comment, please do, and you get, rewarded. So the training goals today, for the whole session actually, is for you to be able to establish a strong brand identity. You'll be able to develop your social media marketing strategy. You'll be able to write content for social media and other platforms. You know the right platforms that work for your business, and you'll be able to set up, target and optimize your ads and track your performance online. So for this session, we're going to cover just branding, building a brand identity, creating content, and at the end of the session, you'll be able to write or plan your own content calendar for your business. So first things first, this is where we need to, start our engagements. I have two options here. The question is, if you go for an event and you see the first can, that's A, and the second can on the table, and they ask you to drink or pick any of them to drink, which one would you pick? The poll will come up now, so you can select either option A or option B. Okay, so Ayomide says option A. I can see, well, majority of the people are saying option A. And so we'll go into why everybody will probably only select option A. Aside the fact that you know that that's a can of Coca-Cola, you really don't know what the other one contains. Even if I tell you it's cola, you really don't know. And the result of the poll is out. You can see that everybody actually selected option A. I would have been worried if somebody had actually said option B, but thankfully nobody did. So aside the fact that you know the can, you've seen it before, even if you haven't drank a bottle or a can of Coca-Cola, you can identify the brand because it's a global brand. But I also want to draw your attention to something. When you see a can of Coca-Cola, you probably can subconsciously hear the sound of opening a bottle or a can of Coca-Cola in your head. And as I'm describing it, you know the sound I'm talking about. And you can even subconsciously taste it in your mouth if you've had, if you're the type that drinks soda. And that's what branding is basically how your audience perceives you. So when you're not around and somebody mentions your name, that's for personal branding, for example, what will people think about you? Or when you're not there and somebody mentions your business, what's the first thought that will pop up in their head? And that is what branding basically is. It's more than just the Coca-Cola logo. It includes the voice of the brand, the values of the brand, the visuals of the brand. If I ask you now, if you've seen any Coca-Cola advert, you probably remember one that you've seen before. And you can see that all the adverts are always very bubbly, very happy. They have people smiling and everything, which is the voice of the brand. And that shows they're trying to communicate their values to you through strong visuals. So let's go into the brand identity now. I want to ask if anyone here has a business. Can you just type yes or no? Or if you want to start a business, can you type yes or no in the chat room? Okay, okay, great. So one of you will probably have to join me very soon for a quick session. I'll call it a session. So let's go into Coca-Cola now. The first thing you can see in the brand identity is the logo. And that is what visually represents their brand. That's what you see everywhere. For example, aside the fact that you can see it on all their bottles or all their cans, um, if you have anyone that has a shop or maybe a salon, a restaurant, and you see those Coca-Cola freezers that they hand out to people, you see that their brand logo is slapped on everything that they give you. And that's the visual identity of the brand. So this logo you see here is the Coca-Cola logo. It's in red, and I will let you know why that color represents their brand much later. And in their brand identity, you can see that they use three major colors. This is usually for probably their fonts or when they're writing stuff. The white and the red are communicated in their logo and also in their writings. And the point of your color or whatever color you select for your brand identity is to represent your brand's emotions. So how do you want people to feel when they see your brand, which is what the color palette basically covers. And next is the typography. So these are all elements of your brand identity. So you have your logo, you have your color palettes, like the color schemes that you're picking, and you also have your fonts or typography. So in Coca-Cola adverts, for example, if you do a quick Google search, they don't write their statements in this Coca-Cola font. This is just for their logo. But when they want to write something, they use this font to write. So if they want to say sharing is fun, you would notice that they use a different font, which is this one. And for example, if you look at the logo here and you look at this font, you can see that it's the same with the words that were written in gray in the last slide. And the tone of voice that the brand essentially communicates is happy, which is here. They're smiling, they're happy, they're sharing. The words are there, open happiness. So it's very clear. They make it very clear what their brand is about. Now we're going to go into how to build your own brand identity. So if you're ready to go into this section, please type yes in the comments. Let me know that you are following me. Great, thank you. Okay, so we're going into the elements of the brand now. I've explained using Coca-Cola, and now we're going into the elements of the brand. So I need one volunteer to either type in the group. If you already selected yes for having a business, I need one person to type in the group. And then for each of these elements that I'm going to explain now, you can think of your business and select or just tell me one word how you would develop your own brand identity. So I'll give you an example. My company is called Bluecraft Consulting, and we use blue, right? That's our color. Bluecraft, the name itself and the colors signify different things, right? So my color is blue. My logo is the first letter of each word. My font, you see the fonts that are selected later, and the business is consulting. So our brand voice is professional. We want to be seen as professional. So if you would like to volunteer, please say hello on the group. You don't have to say anything too much. It's just one word of your business, and we'll go on with that. Please remember there's a gift for participation. So you can drop your comments.
Even if
Okay.
Oluwa the mic.
Oh, Clement says, what's the task? So it's if you have a business, I want you to just join me. You can chat, or I'm not sure if you can speak. Gordon, can they speak?
Yes, I give Ife Oluwa the mic. She raised her hand first.
Okay, I can't see it here. Okay. All right. Um, okay, did you say Ifeoluwa or Iteoluwa? I can't hear clearly.
Ife Oluwa David Oluwole.
Ifeoluwa, okay. Hi, Ifeoluwa. So we're going to do the quick exercise together. So I've explained what my brand is like. So can you tell me what your business does?
Okay, so I sell wigs. Like I'm in the wig business. I revamp, style, color, anything wigs. I am for it. So
Okay.
so my color is black and gold. So gold signifies luxury, success, all of those things. Then my writing, my font is cursive. Then is there any other thing you said? Then the tone. I don't. This is the first time I'm hearing tone, so I've not really thought about what do I want the tone of my business should be.
Okay, so let's start with that. So let's start with this slide now. Brand your voice or your tone. For a wig business, you might want to be a friendly brand so that people can know that you're not you're accepting to them sharing sending you their wigs to revamp or to style or anything. So that might be one of your brand voices, or your tones. So friendly, also professional. So you can go for your voice is more of a constant thing, and then your tone, you can use that on social media anytime, and I'll explain what I mean. So for my company, my brand voice is professional. So everything we post is professional. But sometimes we can decide to use some funny things on social media to just drag people's attention, and that's the tone. So that really varies, right? So for example, for your brand, you probably would have a professional voice so that people know that you're trustworthy, right? And then for your tone, it could be friendly, playful, or, I hope you understand what I mean. Just so that you're showing people that you're also really approachable. Do you understand?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Yeah, so you can note that down because we'll soon have a short exercise where you guys that have businesses will have to just really note down um what your brand identity will be like. So for your brand voice, we've established professional, friendly, happy, vibrant. Yeah, those are the keywords for that type of business. And then you picked black and gold for your colors, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so now let's go into brand colors. This, I explained Coca-Cola earlier on, and you can see that even the advert I showed you, they were showing love, they were showing excitement, which is why that is their brand color. And please note that these colors are just, you can have variations of these colors. Like my shade of blue is different from this shade of blue, but it still means the same thing. We wanted people to know that we were trustworthy, loyal, and competent. So in your case, black and gold is often used for the fashion business, which is so hair, wigs, and everything. So it's nice. And see what I was telling you about the brand voice. So creativity, warmth, which means you're approachable, cheerful as well. And then black shows the formal side of your brand. If you have any comments, you can be putting them in the group and I will respond. Do you have a logo, if everyone?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So I'll just explain logos for people so that they can understand it when it comes to putting their brand identity together. So a logo usually has a concept. So for some people, for me, for example, I wanted my logo to just represent the first words, the first letters of the words. So blue and craft. So the C is inside the B basically. And the tiny circle is just like a pointer to say your goals. So your goals will be achieved or something like that. And I have an example of Spotify here. So they have an icon, they have the text, and they have their color palette. So for your brand identity slide, I will show you and give you a few 5 minutes actually to quickly just write down what you would like your brand identity to be like. You can just note that you would like an icon. So for example, if it's a wig business, I'll use Feolua's business. You can say you want your icon to have a girl with lovely hair. You want the word to be the name of your business, and then your colors. Determine how you want your colors to look like in the logo. And the last thing is typography. And I like that Ifeoluwa said that she uses cursive because those are really fashion type of fonts. And I'm going to ask a quick, yeah, the colors apply to the brand logo and the web page and everything. So there has to be a consistency, which is what your brand tone is about. So if your tone is playful and you want to use red, you have to make sure that that red is consistent on all your social media platforms, including your websites, so that you don't confuse people. Because there might be two companies even bearing or having the same name or similar names, but when someone visits your website, they will know that, this is not Clement's company. I might have gotten the wrong website. So you have to ensure there's consistency on all platforms. So I'm going to ask a quick question. If you can see the fonts here, if you have a younger sibling or a friend or something that wants to go or put their child in a daycare, and the name of the daycare is written in this font that says horror or this font that says mystery, would you say that's a good idea or not? You can just say yes or no in the chat. Okay, so Clement says no. Maria says no. Ayomide says no, it's scary. Funka says no. Exactly. So this is why your font has to actually reflect what your business is doing. You can see that my company font is technology, this one, because we didn't want something that was too serious, like formal fashion or unisex. We wanted something that also, as much as we want to be professional, we also want people to know that we're. Can you hear me clearly? Or is it just booming? If you can hear me clearly, loud and clear, please let me know.
You can hear
Okay.
you.
Bumi, you might have to increase your volume on your phone on your device. Okay, so I was saying your font really determines what your business is. So like we agreed that a daycare cannot have these types of fonts. It's when you're watching horror movies that they use things like that. So you have to be careful when you're selecting something. You have to select something people can also read. For example, if you use medieval, this particular font, um, there might be some things you will write on social media that people might not be able to understand properly, especially if they don't pay attention to reading it. Or if you use something like wood, people might not know what O is, or if it's the zero or the O or the D that you're writing. So now we have a few minutes to build a brand identity for your business. So if you have a proposed business or you already have a business, you don't have to fill the full thing. Godwin will post a document on the group chat that you can use later on to build it. But I'd just like you to have an idea of something that you like, even if it's your color or anything, and then please post on the group chat. So you can say, you can use this format. My business is a wig business and my color is blue and my font is, or my voice is professional. You don't have to put the whole thing, but just look at the documents and then you can fill it up. Gordon, can we have the document, please?
Already there.
Oh, okay. I can't see it here, but if you're on your phone and you can't switch between apps, you can just put it in the group chat. So what your business does, your colors, or yeah, the few colors you may have selected, and your brand voice. Just those three things for now. Okay, Clement is saying okay, group chat. Has everyone seen the document? If you don't have a business and you want to start a business, you can use your hypothetical business, or you can just make up something just so that I know that you understand the concept of a brand identity. Give us a few more minutes. And then you can post on the group chats. I mean, not the WhatsApp group chats, the Zoom group chats. So let me know your business, your color, and your voice, your brand voice.
Sorry, just to confirm, are you able to see it on the Zoom chats, the chat room? Because I posted it there.
The
And it's
WhatsApp
also on the
chats.
WhatsApp. No,
No, I
both
can't
both
see it
of
on
them.
the Zoom chat. Well,
Wow. Is anybody see it on the Zoom chat? Because like I just posted it there. And it's also in the WhatsApp group just in case.
okay, Clement says he can see it in the chat. Oh, no worries. Inspired Adira. If you cannot do it now, you can do it later. It's just the document is for you to take home and help you build your brand identity. But I just wanted to be sure that people have an idea of what building a brand identity entails. So you can see the documents Godwin posted on the WhatsApp group chat or on the webinar chat. And the task basically is type what your business does. Somebody already commented saying, I think I saw a business here, fashion or something. So type what your business does. So you can say fashion. My brand tone or voice is, bubbly, happy, and then my color is yellow. So you can type that here or on the WhatsApp group chat. Oh, this is actually perfect. So Ayomide says the name of her business is B Cakes and Punch. Her brand color is pink, which is perfect for that type of brand. Her logo is a cupcake icon. Font is Montserrat, and her brand voice is positive, reassuring, and love, which is very good for that brand. Thank you for showing that you understand the concept of a brand identity. And Esther says fashion. Her brand tone of voice is class and luxury, and the color is red, which is actually really beautiful. So you can add more colors. You don't have to pick only one. You can have 2 or 3 primary colors so that you can have maybe red, white, or something else that just um ties into each other. Well done, Esther. Amaka says tour agency. So Amaka, you can tell us what your color is for your tour agency. I would suggest something professional, and your brand voice and what item you would want for your logo, or what icon you want your logo to have. So I'll just give us 1 more minute and then we'll continue. Thank you, Ezra. DIY and craft business. Color is wine. Brand voice, class, and versatility. Font is okay. You probably haven't determined your font, but for this type of thing, I would say something cursive, something playful and creative that you can use. If you don't want something cursive, you can find something that's really playful, creative, and easy to see since you're in the, DIY space. And the last one we'll take is Temitope Aqua Bounty Limited. Brand color is blue and white. Your logo is a catfish icon. So I'm guessing it's a food business. Your font, you haven't decided. Brand voice, delicious, healthy. You can also use a catfish farm. Okay, thank you. You can also use green to show the healthy parts. Most healthy brands use green. Thank you guys for participating. So we'll move on to content writing, which I'm sure a lot of people are, that's what a lot of people are waiting for. So let me know if you're ready. If you're ready, please type yes in the chat so I can move on. Okay, perfect. So for content writing, you have to know a few things. You have to know who you're writing for, which is your target audience. You have to know why you're writing it. So what is your purpose for writing? You have to know your content pillars, and this depends on your brand. This is why I wanted you to know your brand identity, and then your content format. How are you going to present everything? So let me just run through the explanation. For your target audience, who are you writing for? You have to look at four things: your demographics, the geographic location, psychographics, and behavioral traits. And I will explain it real quick. As I'm explaining these things, you can just think about your business and type in the chat if you understand, if you can see how to apply this to your business. So let me give you an example. My company is Blue Crafts Consulting, or I'll use a fashion brand. Let me use a fashion brand. I have a fashion brand. My clothes are 2,000 naira, which means that the demographic I will target is people that can afford 2,000 naira. So essentially, even secondary school students can probably afford 2,000 naira. So I can start targeting from let me say senior secondary, so maybe like from 13. If they save some of their allowance and they want a really cute top, they can afford it. If it's a female brand, I can target women or girls and their income level, obviously, from allowance. So even if your allowance is 10,000 naira, that's the income level. So that's how you do a demographic targeting. For geographic targeting, if my shop is in Ikorodu, for example, and I do not plan to use a dispatch rider to send things out of that location, then I have to make sure the people I'm targeting when I'm running my adverts are in Ikorodu. Except I want to deliver within Lagos, then I can now expand to Lagos. And if I can deliver within Nigeria, and then I can expand to different locations in Nigeria. For psychographics, you have to see people's interests, their hobbies, their values, and their pain points. So again, I'll use a fashion business. If I'm running an advert for the 2,000 naira cute feminine tops that I'm selling, I cannot run an advert on Instagram and target people that want to watch news, because it will only show the adverts to people that are looking for news online, right? Or that are looking for, if I target cupcakes, for example, cupcake lovers, it will show the adverts to people that are looking for cupcakes online, which is making me waste my advert money, waste my time, waste my resources. So you have to think about all these things. Their hobbies, what do they like? Obviously, anybody that is looking to buy something or buy a dress online probably likes fashion. Their values, maybe they like quality, so you know that your outfit has to be a certain quality for you to advertise to some people. And their pain points. So the idea of pain points is that every business should not be for profit only. The point of starting a business is to solve a problem. That's the essential point of starting any business, is to solve a problem. So if you are selling tops for tiny people, for example, or maybe smaller sized people, maybe it's difficult for people to find their sizes, then you are solving a problem, right? You are attending to their pain points, which is inability to find a small size clothes. Or if you're selling wigs and people only probably sell synthetic wigs and people can't find human hair, and you decide, okay, in Ikorodu, I'm the only one that will sell human hair wigs, then you are answering you're solving some people's problems, right? You're addressing their pain points. And the last one is behavioral traits. So their online habits, what do they look at online? What platforms do people prefer? So if you want to sell something to our parents' generation, so maybe people in their 60s and 70s, you cannot go and sell it on TikTok because they're not on TikTok. Or maybe if your parents are on TikTok, I don't know. but most of them are not on TikTok. So you'll be wasting your money if you go and advertise on TikTok. So let's just, in the chat room, we've moved on from thank you guys for typing your brand tagline and logos. So now I need you to type your demographic that you will target, what location. So if you are in Ikeja and you want to sell within Nigeria, just write Nigeria, right? And what interests would your essential customer look at or look for? And then behavioral traits. You don't have to type the full thing. You can just, like somebody said, tour guru, for example. So I'm guessing that's a tour guide company. I'm guessing that's a tour guide company. So what age would you essentially target? You cannot target teenagers. You have to target probably people that have money to afford it. So you can type that in the chat and then I'll just read it out as we go. So the next thing is, why are you writing? There are different types of content that you can write, and then we'll look into everything very soon. There's informative content to pass information, promotional content to sell something to people. So you're promoting something. Engagement-driven content if you want people to engage you. So you want to talk to your customers, you want them to talk back to you. There is educational content when you are educating people on something, inspirational content if you're trying to inspire people, and there's entertaining content to entertain people. So every single content you've seen on people's social media, for example, Instagram, has a purpose. They don't just wake up and write something. They actually have a reason to write it. So it's either they're selling something to you or they want you to talk back to them. And the next thing is content pillars. Thank you, Amaka. The next thing is content pillars. So what guides your content? For a fashion brand, somebody commented fashion earlier, the type of things you can share on your social media are things that have to be related to fashion. You cannot decide to, I've put two examples here, fashion brand and real estate. You cannot put on your fashion brand where you are selling a dress and say, this is what happened in Nigerian real estate in Ikeja this morning. People will get confused, right? So you have to know what guides your content. What are your content pillars? So for a fashion brand, some examples are styling tips. So this is how to wear your top and your skirt, or this is how to style my dress in 3 ways or in 4 ways. You can put behind the scenes, this is how I made somebody's dress in 2 hours. If you know the designer Vicky James, she does a lot of behind the scenes and you're just in awe of how she comes together with the designs. You can share customer stories. So somebody likes their dress, you can ask them to send you a video to just turn around and show it. Or you can sell like your product launches. So you have a new fashion item coming out, you can have like a video or a picture of it and then share it on your social media. So these are the content pillars that you select, and then you can now have different topics under each content pillar. I can see comments here for Ayamide, location Bariga. So she wants to target people around her area. So Shomolu, Lady Lag, Akoka, Unilag. And that's because she's selling cakes. So probably it's easier for people to receive their cakes before it gets spoiled or squashed, which is good. And people's interest would definitely be people that like cakes, ice cream, cafe, chocolates, and have a sweet tooth, which is really good. That's a really good, summary of what you want. I'll read Clement, photographer, demography, younger generation. So for Clement, you have to put a certain age, because when you are targeting on social media, and I think next class is when we'll go into that, or the class after that, when you're targeting, they will ask you for what age specifically you want to reach. So you have to know what age you want to reach. And that's how you can do that, is market research, to know what the younger generation is that you want to target, because the younger generation can be 2-year-old children and they cannot buy anything. So you have to be very specific in things like that. So for content pillars, I'm sure that's explanatory. So if you want to write your content pillars as well, I can see your comments here on the first part, which is your target audience. So we have the purpose. You might not really be able to know what type of content you want to write now, except you have an idea of what exactly you're selling currently. But for content pillars, you can write your brand. So for a catfish brand, you can put, I don't know if it's live catfish or smoked, but you can put like behind the scenes of you cooking the fish or smoking the fish, or something like that, or how to use your catfish for something. So those are some content pillars that you can write out. And the last thing is content format. So there can be text-based contents like blog posts, which are called long form content. So anything that's really long will be posted obviously on your website. You cannot go and write an epistle on social media. I don't read epistle on social media. I don't know if you do. You can write articles which are also long form text-based content. Your Instagram caption is text-based because it's just a text. And then you now have visuals like banners. So those things you see on social media that people usually call flyers can be called banners as well. So you can have banners. Those are visual things that people can see. For example, this picture, it doesn't have any text yet. So I can decide to write social media class free of charge or something on it. That's text on the visual, but you can see the visual. So that's why it's called visual content. Video content. So your Instagram reels are video content, your YouTube videos are video content. Some of them are just short form and long form, and there are different types of video content as well. And there's interactive content like polls that we did, the poll we did earlier, quizzes, Q&As. So maybe Instagram Live and you want people to interact with you. Those are interactive content. So does anybody understand what I've said so far? I can see comments that show that you understand, but I'd just like you to press, to type yes in the chat if you understand what I've said so far. Thank you. Thank you, Olubunmi. Thank you, Clement. Thank you, Inspired Adara. Thank you, Amaka. Thank you, Aramide. Thank you, Maria. Thank you, Esther. Okay, so let's go on. If you don't understand, this is how I'm looking at you, but you can always send a message, by the way. So now we're going to use a fashion brand as an example. So this is a case study. On Ezra, okay, I'll just call it Fifume. Market research. So we can go into it in the next class when I'm teaching you your social media marketing strategy. But it's essentially Googling stuff. There are so many websites online. If I say Googling stuff, you might just check the wrong one. But it has to be credible sources. Or, for example, I'll use the person that said the younger generation. Younger generation can be children born this year. You cannot sell anything to children born this year. So if you want to sell clothes, I'll use clothes, the 2000 naira top I mentioned. If you want to sell it, you have to think about who can afford 2000 naira, right? And then you can Google, but that type of question is even a question that you can easily answer from your head. You don't even have to Google that. But if it's something you have to put on Google or you have to search, news articles about it, you can search like Nigerian news articles, for example, if you're looking for information on Nigeria. So just check only credible sources, because a lot of people just open their blogs and write nonsense. So you have to be sure that you're checking the right thing. So for the market research now, sometimes it's just your brain. You can also do, if you're doing a bigger business, you can actually go out and give out, you see people that give out questionnaires that'll tell you, please fill this thing. Would you buy a top for 2000? I'm sure you have seen all those people that give you questionnaires so many times. That's another type of market research that people are doing. And then they gather it and say, okay, I gave 2000 people this paper and 1000 people said they will not buy a top for 2000, and the remaining 1000 said they will buy a top for 2000. That's market research, right? So most times you can just Google. Other times it's common sense, because you don't really have to, more like a survey, perfect. You don't really have to think too deep. So for the target audience case study, we'll use a brand called BD Locks. From the name, the locks, I know everybody in Nigeria uses locks right now, but it shows that we're selling luxury, right? And it's the fashion industry. As you can see, these beautiful shoes on the side, and the price range of one shoe or a dress is 50,000 to 500,000 for one item. Their tone of voice is vibrant, happy, and the and quality. So we're telling people that we're sharing, we're selling quality. So and that we're a happy, vibrant brand, which is reflected in the colors that we're using. We're using very bright, happy tones. And the location is Lagos. Now, I want somebody to tell me from what I've written here, I want someone to tell me what age we can target. Just the age. You can put your hand up if you want to talk, or you can just type it in the group. Just looking at what this business does, can you tell me if we want to do run a Facebook advert, for example, what age should we target? Okay, Maria says 25 to 40. Fifumi says 25 and above. 26 to 60. Okay. Well, everyone is actually right from at least 25. I like the way you've worded that, Chairman. I like the way you've worded that. So from at least 25, actually I don't know, these days, some people graduate earlier and have probably earned good money. But before you'll be able to buy a 50,000 naira top or a dress, you probably earn a good amount of money. So if I want to target people, like everyone has said, I will not target secondary school students or people that are in university, because I know not a lot of them might be able to afford something like that, except, maybe they have savings and they just want to buy one off. Or if I want consistent customers that will be coming around every time, I need to target people that make more money. So for location, I want you to also tell me if I want to target, I know the brand is in Lagos, but because I've already mentioned it's a luxury brand, what location do you think I should target if I'm running a social media ad? Maria says, let him have it. Bukola says 18 to 50. I don't know how many 18-year-olds can afford 50,000 though, but maybe people from wealthy backgrounds that their parents can give them the money, but please do not squeeze out your allowance to buy a top for 50,000 naira. Yes, so everyone is saying Ikoyi, VI, Lekki, Ikeja, GRA, VGC, Abuja, Lagos, Port Harcourt. Thank you. I like the fact that Bukola thought wider than Lagos. So for this type of brand, we're positioning it as a luxury brand. So I can decide to target people within the whole of Nigeria, probably the most expensive parts of Nigeria. So here I've put 22 to 50. So I know that a lot of people now graduate around 21, and some of them might get jobs early, and some of them might have parents giving them money or something like that. So I've put 22 to 50, and I put it at 50 because most older people above 50 years old might not see the point of buying one t-shirt for 50,000 naira. They will tell you you're wasting money. A lot of people. So except people that are really into luxury or really like luxury things. And for gender, this is demographic targeting, by the way. For the gender, we have the female population is who we'll target, and then we'll also target male. That's because it's not only women that buy this clothes. You can decide to buy for your sister, your brother, your friend, your cousin. I mean, the males can decide to buy for their sisters, for their friends, for their moms or anything. And their income level will be upper middle class to high income earners, like you people have put the locations like Banana Island, Port Harcourt. And their occupation, obviously, maybe influencers, young professionals, entrepreneurs, celebrities, or socialites. For geographic location, I've put, so when you're targeting on social media these days, you see that people that will buy a lot of things at more expensive prices are in these three locations. So Lagos, Abuja, or Port Harcourt. But you can decide to target some other places in Nigeria, right? For the international market, because I've put that it's a luxury brand, obviously I want to expand to the international market. So I can decide to run some international ads to go, outside Nigeria. And then I need to have an e-commerce website for global reach, because I don't want it to be a local brand. So I have to have a website, and an e-commerce website is a website where you can sell things, right? There are different types of websites, but an e-commerce website is where you can sell. So you can add to cart like something like Jumia, or a regular website where you can just buy something and then they deliver it to you. The psychographic explanation for this, or that I'll target, were people that like fashion, luxury, lifestyle, travel, social events, networking, because they want to wear nice things to go out. And yes, Clement, like Tamil, and their values would be prestige. They like, classy things. They don't want to wear something that everybody's wearing. They want to look unique and they want quality. And the pain points might be, this is hypothetical. We have a lot of luxury brands in Nigeria, but the pain point might be that a lot of people are saying, oh, we don't have luxury items in Nigeria, and I want something that is luxury and made in Nigeria. Or they don't have size 10, or everybody is making only size 16, something like that. So you are helping people solve a problem. And the last one is behavioral. So what platforms do they use? You can sell on Facebook for the people that are within 40 to 50 years old, Instagram for the millennials, or let me say the younger millennials, TikTok for probably the Gen Z people, Twitter, if you're a Twitter warrior, WhatsApp for people that want to rather send a message and say, excuse me, and say how much is it? Because a lot of people like to ask how much is it, even if the price is written there. And their online habits are people that check fashion inspiration online, people that follow influencers, people that prefer online shopping, and their purchase behavior. This is important. People that are influenced by celebrities and influencers or expect good customer audience. And this purchase behavior is important because sometimes you might decide to collaborate with an influencer online. You have to know who the right person is um to collaborate with to reach your audience. So if you are selling fashion, I don't think you should collaborate with people that are in comedy. But if you're selling, you accept the person in comedy industry is fashionable, that can wear the clothes and make you look nice or something. So you don't waste your money, time, and resources. And now we're moving on swiftly to content purpose and format. Who likes my transition slide? Okay, so let's move on to examples. So I'm showing you now content purpose. Who can tell me does somebody want to unmute, or do you guys want to chat? If you want to unmute, please put your hand up. Or if you want to chat, text in the chat, you can. So I'm going to show you a picture and then I'm going to tell you what it is, right? So content purpose, I've told you there's informative, educative, engagement driven and everything. For this particular content, what do you think they're trying to do in this content, this picture? Are they informing you? Are they educating you? Are they showing you something? Are they selling something to you? You can write it in any words that you think is better, but just let me know which one you think it is. Promotional content, thank you. Informative. Okay, so there's actually no wrong answer. They are actually promoting something because it says you should order now, but it's mostly informative. They're telling you that this company is now on Child Deck. So they're informing you. But there's a call to action to order now, which tells you that they're still promoting it, whether the, yeah, NK said inform and sell, perfect. And the content format, like I mentioned, content formats earlier, this is a text-based banner. So it's a visual design, but there's a lot of text on it, but they're also showing you the mouth-watering dishes that they have. So let's move on to the next one. What's the purpose of this content, if someone can say? Promoting on offer. So the content purpose for this is promotional. So they're promoting it. I know a lot of people would have remembered when Childec did this. I think this was last year, and they were basically promoting it. This is not a social media advert, but you can also have this type of content on social media. So it's a promotional offer. Yes, thank you. This is a video content format. I don't know if you guys remember this. It was on TV. It can also be adapted for social media, but does anybody know what the purpose of this, apart from selling something to you, this content was written with an intended purpose? Can anyone tell me? Remember, we have informative, engagement-driven, entertaining, promotional, and the likes. Entertaining. Perfect. So yeah, the purpose of this was to entertain. Even though they were selling something to you, they were entertaining the fact that you can switch up anything. They entertained you with the music. So that's entertaining type of content. So we have this one. It's not really clear, but what they wrote there is time for some fun. Can you caption this? So what type of content do you think this is? Thank you, Bumi, Tofumi, Amaka. So for this one with the files and the lady, what type of content do you think they're promoting here? Entertaining, engaging content. Okay. Yeah, so while this is entertaining and engaging, they're actually, oh yeah, engaging, yes. While this is entertaining and promotional, they're actually engaging you. So they want you to drop a comment and they want to respond to your comment. So that's why they said, can you caption this? The funniest caption wins. It is engagement driven. The next one is this one that says stay positive. Does anybody know what this is? Inspirational, perfect. Yes, this is inspirational content. They're inspiring you to stay positive. And the last one is an infographic. So this is visual content, but it is more like an infographic. So the the they have a lot of data written in it. So can you tell me what type of content this is? Informative, educating, awareness. Okay, so this is educating. Well done, Maria. So this is educational content. They're educating you about something. They're giving you information, and the content format of this is an infographic. So something that provides information. And now we're moving on to brand awareness. Give me just 1 second, please. Yeah, my charger pulled out. Okay. So content goals now. We have 4 major content goals. We have brand awareness. So you're introducing your brand to people, or you want your brand to be, known better. Engagement, which means you want to build relationships through conversations. So you want people to reply, like the one we saw with files. Lead generation. So maybe you want to collect people's phone numbers, their emails or something, and then sales or conversions. Those are the ads you run when you want somebody to buy something from you or subscribe. And I'm going to give you an example of a video for a fashion brand. So this is a quick video, just like an advert for a hypothetical fashion brand. And now we're going to have a poll based on the 4 that I explained here. So awareness, engagement, lead generation, or sales conversions. Well, the poll is going to pop up very soon. And you can, between option A and add A and add B, I need you to read it, or I'll read it out to you, and then you can the question will pop up. So you can tell me which of this is an awareness ad, or you see the question when it pops up. So let me read it to you. The first one says, are you ready to turn heads in custom luxury designs made specifically for the sophisticated women? And the call to action says, follow us for the big reveal. And the other one says, you have an event. What type of outfit would you choose? Classy, bold, simple. And the caption says, comment below. So which of this is an awareness ad? So just A, B. You don't wait for C and D, don't worry. So it's between, the first question is between these two. So which of this is an awareness ad? And the second one, so that's the third ad and the fourth ad. You're going to tell me which of this is a conversion ad. So I explained before that conversion ad is when you want people to buy something or take an action. So we have one that says, we're screaming, our new collection is coming, click on the link to sign up. And the fourth one says, our collection is almost sold out. You're about to miss out on luxury dresses. Click here to shop now. So you can tell me which of this is a conversion ad. Okay, so let's see the poll. So okay, and I need to explain this a little better. For the awareness ads, let me go back. The first one is the awareness ad because it is bringing awareness to your brand. So it's telling you Didi Lux is launching soon. So you're making people aware that the brand is launching soon, right? The second one is an engagement ad. You are telling them to click something. So do they want option A, option B, or option C? They are trying to engage with you. So B is an engagement ad. It's the point of it is to engage. The point of A is to make you aware of a new brand called Didi Lux. The third one is a lead generation ad. So here you're trying to get people's numbers or when you say click the link in the bio, when they click the link in your bio, is it that they drop their phone number or they drop their email so that you can be sending them messages, right? So that's lead generation. You are gathering people's information. You are collecting people's emails. You are collecting people's phone numbers. That's a lead generation ad. And the last one is a conversion ad. So D, actually only one person got that right for the conversion ad. So D is the conversion ad, which means that they're buying something. So what you need to do most times is to read the call to action, and the call to action means what they're telling you to do in any advert. So for this one, it says follow us. Didi Lux is launching soon, follow us. So I'm giving you information that is launching soon. So I'm making you aware. The second one says comment below. I'm trying to get your engagement. I'm trying to talk to you. The third one says click on the link in the bio to sign up, which means I'm trying to collect information from you. So I'm generating leads. When I collect the information, I can now call you and say, oh, do you want to buy it or not? And then the fourth one says click here to shop now. So I want you to actually go and buy the product now. So that is the conversion, and I'm converting you to a customer. That's what it means. Please, if we understand, can we say yes in the comments? Or if you want me to run through it again, you can just mention awareness or something, and then I'll run through it. Okay. Okay, I'm glad you understand. So Clement says run through it. Clement, can you tell me what part you want me to run through again? Okay, just for the sake of Clement and any other person that might be too shy to comment, I will run through it. So awareness is to introduce your brand to new people. Maybe your brand is a new brand. You want to create awareness about it. You want people to be aware, to know about it. Or if it's an existing brand and you want to still advertise it for people to know about it, it can be an awareness ad. So most times it will be follow us. If you see all those adverts that say follow us for more, or check our page, check out our Facebook, check out our Instagram, they are making you aware. They want you to follow them or check their page and take an action, which is to follow them, right? So that's an awareness ad. An engagement ad is when I tell you, comment below. I want to engage you in conversation, or send a DM or something. That's the lead generation. So by the time you send a DM, I say, what's your phone number? I've collected your details. So that's a lead generation ad. And when it's a sale or conversion, I'm trying to sell something to you. So I can say, book my services, or buy your skirt, or buy your cupcake now. Please let me know if you understand me now, Clement. Okay, perfect. So let's move to content elements. So I've used an MTN advert here. I know a lot of people have been complaining about network recently, actually. But I've used an MTN advert to show you what elements that each content that you share has. So there's always a head copy. If you see this, you can see that it's in a larger size, more data, more internet. That drags your attention. It draws your attention. You're like, okay, more data, more internet. What are they talking about? So it has to be something really catchy. It's an attention grabber. You can say, for a cupcake brand, for example, you can say deliciously tasty. And then people want to see, what is deliciously tasty? What are they selling? Right? And then you now give, that's the head copy, headline, or the hook. Basically, that's what makes people first want to see your content. And then you move to the sub headline, which is more information to support the headline. So when you say deliciously tasty or deliciously excellent, you can now say cakes and chocolates. So people now know what exactly you're selling, right? And then the body copy now has main details. So we have chocolate cakes, vanilla cakes, and something cakes for you to buy. That's your body copy. It has main details of whatever you're selling. Sometimes you don't need a sub headline. Sometimes you just need a headline like, we have the best cakes in Nigeria. And then you can say, we have vanilla strawberry cupcakes. Which one do you want? Or buy one today. And the buy one today will now be what you call the call to action, right? So every content you write on social media needs to have a call to action. You can't just be writing content. So you can say, even if you're not selling something particularly, if you want to advertise, you can say, follow us for more. I know you've seen some adverts on social media that they can just put a picture of a pencil. You don't know what they're selling. They're wasting their money, because while you might be inquisitive to say, oh, what does this pencil advert mean? Sometimes people are too lazy to actually click and go to the page and start saying, let me read what it's about. So make sure your can you use your tagline as a subheadline? It depends on how much information you passed in your head copy. You can see that MTN has everywhere you go here, which is their tagline, but they're still telling you at the same price everywhere you go. It doesn't just stand alone. It can also read more data, more internet everywhere you go, which makes sense. But if you are using your tagline, you have to make sure that the tagline complements what your head copy is. So you can't use it just alone, right? If they showed you an MTN advert and they just put everywhere you go, get 6 GB, you'll probably be confused on what they're selling exactly. So it's best that it complements something. So you have your headline, your subheadline, your body copy, which is the main thing you're selling, and your call to action. This one now says 131. For example, if they had given you this advert and they just stopped here, and they just stopped here, like just down here, without telling you what to call, you will probably be confused. Like, okay, so how do we get this data? And you will not, understand how exactly to reach out to the company. So that's why it's important to have um all details in a graphic design. And it's not only visual designs that are like this, it's not only text-based visual designs. It is, this was like the advertising course. Oh, thank you, Olubumi. That's actually a compliment. It's not only text-based. If you have a video, you can start a video advert with something very catchy. You see, if you watch Instagram videos, you see people will say, stop eating rice. And then before you scroll down, you're like, what do they mean stop eating rice? So you have to go back to watch it. They've caught your attention with the hook because you're like, why would somebody tell me to stop eating rice? And you see that sometimes when they now continue the rest of the content, it really has nothing to do with rice. They can tell you jollof rice is the best, but that stop eating rice because they know that the first 3 seconds, or yeah, the first 3 to 5 seconds in any video advert you do is what really grabs people's attention. Because when you are scrolling on social media, let's say I'll use Instagram for example. When you are scrolling on Instagram, you can't, you don't just stop and watch every video. You watch the ones that seem interesting. So you have to first start with something really catchy. So your headline has to be really, really catchy. So if I say stop eating rice, you want to know what I'm talking about. And then I can now say buy fufu when you want to eat rice. That's the content. I can now say, where do you buy the fufu in my shop? Like, and then I say, click the link in my bio to order or something like that. I've passed on my information to you very clearly, even though my headline was misleading. You know, in some countries, false advertisement can actually get you arrested, but you have to know how to write it in a sensible way. Please let me know if you understand. You can type yes in the comments, please. Okay, thank you. Thank you. All right, so let's move on to the content calendar, which will actually be your task for today. I would want you to, for your businesses, if you have a business or a hypothetical business, you can write your content for the week. So I would like to see you don't have to write the full content, but build your content calendar for a week. And after this class, I will share the templates on the WhatsApp group. So if you're not on the WhatsApp group, please just, you can type in chat or Signify or something, and then we'll let you know. So you can use the formats or the template that I'm giving you to actually build your own content for a week using every element that I've mentioned here. So one thing I want you to know first is that not every platform is right for every business. And I'll give you an example. If you want to sell, let me say, if you want to sell shoes, for example, or cupcakes, yeah, let me say cupcakes. I'll use cupcakes. If you want to sell cupcakes, it might be highly unusual for you to go and put your cupcakes on LinkedIn and say, please buy Valentine's Day cupcakes. That platform is usually known for professional networking. So if you open the app, you see a lot of people are talking about their new jobs, their new careers. I know a lot of people have very funny posts where they post things like, my dad fell down last week. What does this mean for marketing? Like, no, I don't mean misleading type of or funny, unrelated contents like that. I mean, to know, that's why I said you need to know your brand identity. You need to know what you are doing. You need to know your content pillars. If not, you will just be mistaken when you are building your content calendar. So for Facebook now, if you need to build a community, so for the person that has a travel agency now, you might probably need to build a community, and most of the communities you can build are on Facebook. So you can open a Facebook group of people that want to travel to Ibadan next week, and you can use WhatsApp, you can use Telegram. So those are also social media platforms that you can use to build a community so people can talk. Like, for example, the Adara community on WhatsApp, where I will send you the template, is a community, right? So Facebook is for a certain age as well. I don't think you'll find 15-year-olds using Facebook these days. I know we used it like at that age when we were younger, but I don't think people really use that now. So it depends on who you are targeting. When you know your target audience, before you know what platform that you should go on, right? For Instagram, a lot of people actually do use Instagram. So that's where you now have visual storytelling, like brand aesthetics and everything. You have to make sure your page is appealing, it looks nice. If you're selling cupcakes, you cannot go and put, black pictures on it. You have to use like probably pastel colors. So the pinks, the blues, beautiful, beautiful colors that will actually make your page pop. And the key features there are your Instagram stories, your reels. You can decide to go live and say, this is how I bake cupcakes, or this is how I'm making my donuts today, things like that, right? And the people you can reach are millennials, Gen Z, people that like fashion, beauty, lifestyle, food, anything. You can order anything on Instagram. Like you can just send a DM and then they'll deliver it to you. So it's, it's a good platform. LinkedIn is more for professional people. So like the people that, let me see now, if you are doing any business that is more professional, so you are helping people write proposals, you are helping people, build social media content calendars. If you even want, if that's what you want to do, be a social media manager, LinkedIn is more of the type of platform that you should be on, where you can reach professionals that need your services. You can be on any other platform, by the way, but for the type of content you want to create, you might have to tailor it to different platforms so you don't get overworked, especially if you're just starting to build a social media platform. It might be right to start with two and then start expanding instead of trying to grow all pages from 0 to 1 million in a few weeks. And then TikTok is the popping social media platform right now for, I would say, the younger people. I don't know. I find it hard to open my TikTok because there's too many videos. But most millennials, Gen Zs, and everybody use TikTok. So if you want more visual content that can sell stuff, like um I'll use the bakery again. So baking cakes or fashion, behind the scenes of you sewing clothes, or behind the scenes of you styling somebody, or behind the scenes of your travel trip. Or this is how I plan how to travel, or I'm a graphics designer and this is how I design. You can screen record your laptop when you're doing the design process. Like visual stuff like that is what people really like to see. And you can do that you can post things like that on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, any platform, but you just have to make sure you tailor the type of content to the platform and make sure that you know that not every platform is actually for every business. So our take-home task is to select primary platforms for your brand and state why. So if you're not already on social media and you want to get on it, you can say, my business is this. So you would have gone through the brand identity document that we've already posted on the group chat. So you can say my business is this, these are my colors, this is everything. And I would rather be, or I think it would be best to be on Instagram. You don't have to write it as a statement. You can just write Instagram and then why, because it would be better for me to show visuals, right? If you want to be a newscaster, for example, you can make videos on Instagram. Or if you want to say it would be better for me to build a website because I want to write long form content, you can just have a different, you can have like 5 different platforms you think you can be on. You don't have to start everything at the same time, but just write it out so that you have an idea of exactly what you want out of your business. And the task, well, the major task, the part two of the task, is to write a 1 week content plan with different content types. Please don't put um Monday video, Tuesday video, Wednesday video. Like make sure you put some thoughts into it. You can check out, one thing you can do actually is go on Instagram. If you have a keyword for your business, so baker, for example, check out baker, go to tags, check out people that have posted content on that, and then sometimes you get fresh ideas on how to get things done, right? Or any type of sample that you can copy, not copy, but um emulate and make it better for yourself. So that's your task. I will post it on the group, and this week I'll go through everything, and next week we will spotlight the people that have really done well. And yeah, that's it for today's training. Please let me know if you have any questions. You can put your hands up so you can speak, or you can type it in the chat, please, if you have any questions. Okay, people are saying they got it. Does anybody have questions? It can be on any part of the presentation so that I'm sure that you really, really understand. But if you go through both templates that I've dropped, you see that it'll be easier for you to actually follow the plans and do what's inside. It'll give you more ideas into how to structure your brand before you now start running adverts, because if not, you'll be wasting your money.
Okay, so I guess there are no more questions, right?
If there are no questions, that
Hey,
means, oh, someone said, what's the assignment? Okay, so here, if you're on the WhatsApp group, you will see the document. So there'll be a document that will be posted on the WhatsApp group so that you can, please don't write exactly on the document. Well, it's not, I won't share the live sheet. So download it. If you would rather write it out, you can. So you can download it, write your 1 week content plan. Just use the different content types. You will see the subheadings, and I've also given the breakdown of the content types, content formats, and everything so that you won't be confused in case you get confused midway. So when you see the document, you understand what I mean. And I'm on the WhatsApp group as well, so you can just send your messages and mention me and I'll respond to you. Thank you, Maria. This process amazing. Thank you, Lubumi. Um, thank you, Jackson. Yes, we'll send the
okay,
assignment on the group by Day. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Over to you, Gordon.
all right. Thank you so much. Faye, that was a very engaging session. I didn't even know that the fonts you use can even have a lot of impact on your business. That was very educative and enlightening for me. Thank you so much for that. So like you mentioned earlier on that we are okay, yes. So we're going to be. I've asked the committee manager to paste the WhatsApp group link on the Zoom chat. So that should be coming up very soon for those that are not already in the WhatsApp communities. And also, I have the names of the five most engaging participants. So if you should really drop them in there. Do you think should I mention it here? I should just drop it in the WhatsApp chat. Okay, but transparency's sake, I think I should just mention it here, but we'll still drop it in the WhatsApp community and we would reach out to you to give you your rewards. So, um, yeah. So we have Clemens. So Clemens, please reach out to us in the chat book. And we also have Amaka. So I don't know, I only have the first names yet. Yeah, I don't know if they are all. So somebody does not say, oh, this name, Idea Amaka, and And we also have Ayomide, and we have Bumi. So Bumi, please reach out in the WhatsApp platform. We also have Maria. So those are our top five picks. I know a lot of you were engaging, but we also consider some other factors, people that joined early and started engaging from the inception of the class. Also, please reach out if you are new on the training. Like I mentioned earlier when I started, we already have some courses that already concluded. Graphic design, mobile photography. You can always check our YouTube platform to watch those courses, and I'm sure you're going to gain a lot of skills that will help you propel your businesses to the next stage. Also, please follow us on all social media platforms, Adara Foundation on Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Now, the reason why we're saying you should follow us is not just so that we can gain traction or gain new followers. It's because Adara Foundation is an NGO that has a lot of exciting programs for young people. We also have apart from skills capacity building programs, we also have grant funding programs for young entrepreneurs and some other amazing things. So when you follow us, you're among the first group of people to get this information as soon as possible. So please, if you're not on the WhatsApp platform, do indicate in the chat room so that we can share the link. And yes, there's a YouTube channel. Yes, Adara Foundation. You see, when you join the WhatsApp platform, you get all this information first. And now I know it's part of a custom that we always reward people that perform outstandingly well in the assignments. So please give it a lot of thoughts, put in your best, and we'll definitely reward the top three best performers based on our facilitators evaluation. And Fee, I'm hoping that you drop a Google Drive link in the platform where people can submit their assignments. So that will be shared during the week so that you can, drop your assignments. And yeah, so usually we always have the training sessions Saturdays and Sundays, but this time for social media management class, we're going to be only going to have them on Saturdays. So we'll see you guys next Saturday, same time. The room opens 4:15, training starts 4:30, and yeah, see you guys next weekend. It was good to have all of you here. Have a good evening. Bye.